What's up, guys? This is going to be another rapid signals review for the week, and we're going to cover two good examples, two good trades that played out, and we're going to get into it, show you guys kind of the thought process behind these trades and how we're kind of applying our strategy for each and every one of these signals. So let's start off with GBP NZ. So this one was a little bit different of a pair. Haven't really looked at this one in a while, but here was the trade from Rapid Signals. It's more of a 1 hour outlook. We'll get to that in a second. But let's look at the stats for the trade. So it's given out on October 11th. Okay, pretty early, almost 2 a.m. But it was a sell position at 1.968, stop loss 1.978, about 100 pips we were risking. Take profit, 2 levels listed, the final being 1.948, which gave us a 2-to-1 risk to reward. So pretty good. We always try and aim for that, guys. Risking 1% to get 2%. And we give you guys a little risk disclaimer and all that here, what you guys should be using for each trade. So let's get into it on the chart. And I think the best way to kind of show the real idea behind this is this 4-hour time frame. So we had seen that this was a major level of support, this larger blue zone. Price action was bouncing off this for a while, but not really showing any conviction to the upside. So when we saw the break, when we saw the bear step in and it pushed through this level, right, pretty strongly, which was impressive considering how many times we touched. This was something to look at. Was this a true bearish push? We threw some fibs on it, wanted to measure the push itself and where we could potentially see our next lower high or, reversal and continuation to the downside. So we had a great confluence area here. This was also a structure level 1.965 specifically, which we also saw a nice retest of. This was a nice little double top pattern. We moved lower, got our first lower high, and then it dropped from there. Okay, so we were kind of scoping this out after we were getting the second touch. We were looking for those that confirmed double top and look to enter on that. And that's exactly what we did. Okay, let's zoom in on this a little bit. Okay, so let's go back to the parameters real quick. We sold at 1.968 and we're targeting 1.948. Okay, so we entered right about here. Saw some lower time frame confirmations in here. Right, we had a little rising wedge action. Price action failed. We saw that. We got a little bit early, but still good enough. Obviously, not much drawdown. It actually retested another zone just above and then pushed lower. So nice transition on this time frame. And then we went right to TP over here on October 14th. So about a 2-day trade, 3-day trade. Not bad. Good swing position. We did see some consolidation here, but a nice 2-to-1 achieved on that trade. Okay, so let's move over to our next one, AU. So let's jump over to the chart of the trade that was given out in Rapid Signals. This was given on a 4-hour view on the 4th. So this was more of a swing trade, and I'm going to cover that in a second on the chart here, but pretty much a swing trade given out on the 4th. It was a buy position at 0.7255, stop loss 0.7198, risking about 57 pips. And our final, a couple TP levels listed, our final being 0.7373, which gave us a 2-to-1 risk reward. Okay, so this one played out as well, as you can see, but let's get into it and dissect it a little bit more on the chart. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit here. 4-hour time frame. Okay, so this one was super interesting because we had established a pretty wide range here, right? We had 3 touches to the downside as support, a few touches on off resistance. Okay, definite range there where we're bouncing. We had a huge fake out to the downside. We didn't get that confirmed lower high. Didn't have the conviction. Even this candle was a nice fake out, how it gave this huge rejection. Pushed down first, gave us the rejection, and then, closed above this whole, attempted reversal pattern. So that was a complete fail, and it pushed back into the range. So this was where we would be looking for our next higher low. And obviously, if this were to be some sort of pattern, inverse head and shoulders, as you guys know, this would be the area to enter, right? The next higher low, and then continuation to the upside. We'd ride that out. Okay, so that's exactly what we did. Okay, we bought at 0.7255. Right here, we saw some consolidation after the break. Price action didn't fall right back through. So this was nice that it was holding. So we were pretty convinced, entered on some, conviction there as this rejection was happening. If you want to get a closer look at that, we'll drop down real quick and then go back to the 4-hour to continue to monitor this trade. So this is what we were looking at. Price action gained a presence back into the range, really pushed above this resistance, and then started consolidating, right? So this support was nice. And then we had entered once we started seeing bullish setups off this level for like the fourth time, as you guys can see. Okay, and then we entered on that. Came back down to touch that broken level. Let's go to the 4 hour to get a closer look. 1 second. There we go. Okay, so it came back down to touch this level once more, 0.7225. Okay, that was okay. Still very much bullish. And then that was our momentum from there, right? So huge bearish attempt, last attempt from them. Then the momentum from the bulls just, carried this higher into our final TP over here on the 12th. So this was a pretty long trade, 8-day trade, but thought it'd be a good one to, cover with you guys as it did play out. And this was just over a 2-to-1 risk reward. Probably would have had a reduced position on this one. It says, 1 to 2%, but definitely a longer trade. So maybe even 0.5% or just ride out with the 1. But yeah, played out pretty well. Came back all the way up to our final TP. Let's go to the daily real quick just to show you guys the potential of this. So we've been very bearish right on the higher time frames, and then we've been seeing these huge momentum swings. Okay, so this was a really nice time to enter on that once we saw this whole reversal pattern here, and that there was a lot of bullish momentum stepping into the market. So our target was pretty likely, pretty much in the median of all this, consolidation. So it was, realistic target. Could have even targeted up here. But, we're just trying to stick to our rules, achieve that 2-to-1 pretty much every time. And, consistency is key. So 2 good trades from Rapid Signals. And, stick around, guys, or, join up. And, there's plenty more like this. Plenty more throughout the week. All right. So quick recap. That was AU, about an 8-day trade. And then over here on GBP NZ, this was like a 3-day trade or so. Okay, so 2 really great situations. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next one. Take care.